Psychology reveals how to get what you want from women 99% of the time. No matter how confident you are, there's always that moment of doubt when it comes to getting what you want from a woman. Whether it's attention, affection, commitment, or even just her respect, the process can feel like navigating a maze blindfolded. But here's the thing most guys miss. Women are deeply influenced by subtle psychological triggers, many of which they don't even consciously notice. When you understand these triggers and use them wisely, you can create an almost magnetic effect that gets her on your side without ever appearing manipulative or needy. In this video, we'll reveal 20 powerful, little-known psychological tactics that can dramatically increase your chances of getting what you want from women. Stay until the end, because the final tip ties everything together. And once you hear it, you'll never look at your interactions with women the same way again. If you're new, welcome. We share daily strategies to help men master dating. Drop a comment below and subscribe for more. 1. Use silent space as a power move. Most guys think talking more builds connection, but in reality, strategic silence is often more persuasive. When you pause after she makes a point, even just for 2 or 3 beats, she unconsciously feels compelled to fill the gap. This slight discomfort works in your favor because people tend to reveal more or agree faster when they're the ones breaking the silence. You're no longer chasing her attention. You've subtly guided her into chasing yours. 2. Frame her choices as freedom, not pressure. If you want her to agree to something, don't directly ask. Instead, present 2 or 3 options, all of which lead to the outcome you desire. Psychologists call this illusory freedom. She feels like she's making her own decision, but you've quietly structured the entire playing field. For example, instead of saying, "Do you want to go out this weekend?" try, "Would you rather grab coffee Saturday morning or hit that new wine bar Friday night?" Either way, you win. 3. Show micro investment before asking for macro investment. Before asking her for something significant, whether it's her time, her trust, or her vulnerability, first get her to commit to something tiny. It could be as small as agreeing with your opinion on a random topic or lending you a pen. This works because the human brain craves consistency. Once she's said yes to something small, her subconscious is primed to say yes again, especially when the stakes increase. 4. Use future pacing to make her imagine life with you. The mind often struggles to differentiate between vividly imagined scenarios and real experiences. When you talk to her about future moments as if they're already happening, "Imagine us laughing about this at that rooftop bar next month," her brain begins to emotionally experience it. This creates a subtle sense of inevitability, making her more likely to step into that reality later on. 5. Play with tempo shifts in conversation. Most men stick to one conversational rhythm, but women are more emotionally engaged when there are unexpected tempo changes. Speak slowly and deliberately when sharing something intimate, then speed up slightly when joking or being playful. This mirrors the rise and fall of a compelling story, and she'll unconsciously associate you with excitement and depth, a rare combination she doesn't want to lose. 6. Let her complete the puzzle. When you reveal just enough about yourself to spark curiosity, but deliberately withhold the full picture, her brain treats you like an unsolved mystery. This information gap creates tension, and she'll want to resolve it by leaning in, asking questions, and giving you more attention. The key is to avoid being cryptic for its own sake. Instead, share hints that point toward a bigger story only she can uncover. 7. Trigger her protector instinct instead of just her attraction. While attraction is important, many men overlook a deeper psychological driver, a woman's instinct to protect something valuable. When you reveal a small, genuine vulnerability, like a dream you've been working toward or a personal challenge you've overcome, she feels a surge of emotional investment. It's not about appearing weak. It's about showing selective softness that makes her want to stand by you. 8. Use deliberate misdirection to make her laugh. Humor bypasses resistance faster than logic ever could. But instead of relying on generic jokes, try setting up a sentence as if it's serious, then swerving at the last moment. This kind of playful misdirection creates surprise, which is the foundation of genuine laughter. When she laughs with you, her brain floods with bonding chemicals like oxytocin, making her feel closer to you without even realizing why. 9. Mirror her inner state, not just her body language. Many men know about mirroring physical gestures, but a more advanced technique is to mirror her emotional energy. If she's anxious, start slightly higher than her emotional level, then gradually guide her down toward calmness. If she's excited, match her enthusiasm first before gently leading her toward intimacy. This positions you as someone who just gets her, which is intoxicating to most women. Real quick, Leave a yes in the comments if you've ever accidentally used one of these tactics without even realizing it. 10. Remove the reward before she expects it. When you suddenly withdraw attention right before she assumes it's guaranteed, it creates a powerful psychological craving. For instance, if you've been consistently responding to her messages quickly, pause for a little longer than usual, just once. This disruption triggers a burst of dopamine in her brain as she wonders what happened. It's not about playing games. It's about reminding her that your energy is valuable and not infinite. 11. Invite her expertise instead of always showcasing yours. Men often try to impress women by sharing knowledge, but a more subtle strategy is to invite her to teach you something. This flips the dynamic and creates a surge of pride and connection in her. Whether it's asking her opinion on a topic she's passionate about or having her show you a skill, she'll unconsciously associate you with the positive feelings of being valued and seen. 12. Use scarcity of emotion, not just scarcity of time. Scarcity is one of the most powerful psychological principles, but it's usually applied to scheduling, like being busy. Instead, create scarcity with your emotional availability. Be warm and engaged when you're with her, but don't give her a constant stream of validation. This ebb and flow creates a rhythm that keeps her invested, always wondering when she'll get that next hit of emotional connection. 13. Subtly reframe her doubts into compliments. If she ever expresses hesitation about something involving you, like, "I'm not sure this is a good idea," don't defend yourself. Instead, reframe it as a positive reflection of her discernment. For example, say, "I like that you're careful about who you trust. It shows you value yourself." This validates her while simultaneously associating her cautiousness with choosing you. 14. Let her overhear. Don't just tell her directly. Statements about your value are more believable when she hears them indirectly. If you're talking to friends or a server and she happens to catch a glimpse of your kindness, ambition, or humor, it hits harder than if you had told her outright. People trust what they witness more than what they're told, and this creates undeniable authenticity. 15. Plant the seed of an idea, then let her water it. Instead of trying to convince her of something in the moment, introduce the idea casually and leave space for her to process it on her own. For instance, you might mention, "There's this amazing jazz spot I've been meaning to check out," then drop the subject. A few days later, she might bring it up herself, believing it was her idea to go. This technique leverages her own autonomy to work in your favor. Before the next one, if you've gotten even one useful insight so far, hit that like button. It lets me know this is the kind of content you want more of. 16. Use reverse priming to bypass her defenses. If you want her to see you as more intriguing, don't tell her directly. Instead, frame yourself in contrast to a stereotype she already dislikes. For example, instead of saying, "I'm different from other guys," casually mention how you've never understood why some men feel the need to constantly prove themselves. Her brain automatically places you in the opposite category without you ever having to claim it outright. 17. Offer selective unpredictability. Total predictability breeds boredom, but constant chaos breeds anxiety. The sweet spot is selective unpredictability. Maybe you spontaneously suggest a last-minute plan one weekend, then keep the next weekend completely calm and low-key. This roller coaster of novelty and stability keeps her emotionally engaged because she never fully knows what delightful experience you'll create next. 18. Anchor powerful emotions to your presence. When you share a moment of high emotional energy with her, laughter, excitement, even adrenaline, subtly associate yourself with it. It could be as simple as saying, "I'm going to remember this forever," right as the moment peaks. Later, when she recalls the emotion, her brain will automatically tie it to you, deepening her attachment without either of you realizing it. 19. Lead with curiosity, not control. When you want something from her, approach it with genuine curiosity about her perspective instead of trying to control the outcome. For instance, instead of saying, "We should go exclusive," try, "How do you feel about where we're at right now?" This opens space for her to reveal her feelings while subtly guiding the conversation toward the result you want. People are more likely to move toward what they feel they've chosen freely. 20. End interactions on a high note, not a neutral one. The last moments of an interaction are what linger most in her memory, a psychological effect called the peak end rule. Instead of letting things fizzle out, always end with a burst of positivity. This could be a playful tease, a sincere compliment, or even a confident goodbye hug. She'll walk away with the high point fresh in her mind, making her eager for the next time she sees you.